Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the 715 LSD, brought to you by Misconduct Yoga in conjunction with Yoga Gypsy. Namaste to everybody. Let's start in a comfortable seated position. And let's begin to connect with our breath, okay? With everything going on, I'm not sure people have been breathing. I know I catch myself sometimes just holding my breath. And then I check in with my body and my shoulders are tense and my neck's tense. And then I get okay again. And then I might get... The word I hear a lot is I'm anxious. There's a lot of anxiety. So... one of the ways to, I don't know if combat is a good word, but one of the ways that I deal with anxiety is by breathing. So let's start in a comfortable seated position with Ujjayi breathing. All that is nose breathing through your nose, and then hold your breath at the very top for 1 second, and then push it out your nose. And I like to kind of blink my eyes soft. Maybe close them. And start to be present right here, right now, on your mat. And while you're here, check in with your body. Do a scan from the top of your head down to the tips of your toes. And see where you might be holding space, holding tension. So begin to relax your eyes. And relax your jaw. Continue with the breathing. Make sure your shoulders are away from your ears. Keep your posture long. Fill up your belly with breath. Exhale. Wiggle your fingers a little bit. And just become present right here, right now. Go deep within. And if your mind's still wandering, if there's a lot of chatter, it's okay. Just let those thoughts flow past. You don't have to grab onto them. And you don't have to follow them all the way down the rabbit hole. Couple more breaths here. Let's take a big inhale through your nose. Now open your mouth and take a long, slow sigh. Excellent. Blink your eyes open. I'm glad everybody's here. And now let's come to child's pose. Let's make it a wide leg child's pose. Big toes to touch, knees wide. Sink back towards your heels. Stretch your arms out in front of you. And breathe. Long, slow inhales in. Long, slow exhales out. And just connect. Fan your fingers out in front of you. Breath in. Breath out. Sink a little bit deeper on your exhales. Stretch your arms long out in front of you. Another breath in. Long breath out. And now slowly inhale up to tabletop. So you're going to stack your knees under your hips, wrists under your shoulders, and then you're going to begin cat-cow with your breath. So you inhale to cow, inhale, fill your belly, lift your head, lift your neck, and then when you exhale, round your spine. On my phone. There we go. Are you back? There we are. Still in cat-cow. Just warming up our spine. Couple more rounds of cat-cow. Take any organic movement that feels good in this pose. Oh, there went my shoulder blades. One more round, cat-cow. And then come back to a neutral spine. Let's take a big breath in. Open your mouth, let it go. Again, breath in. And this time, lion's breath. Stick your tongue out, open your mouth. When we breathe like that, it releases our parasympathetic nervous system. And we go from fight, flight to rest, relax, and digest. So, anytime you're feeling anxious, stressed out, do a lion's breath. Maybe take 3 lion's breaths. Okay, breath in. Open your mouth side out. And come into bird dog on your right. So your right arm goes out in front of you and your left leg goes behind you. And breathe. Breathe into your core. Lift your leg up. Strong arms. And then if you want to, reach around and grab a bind. If not, you can stay in bird dog. It's strictly yogi's choice. If this is the first time you've taken a yoga class, don't take it all too seriously. Just think about your breath. Concentrate on the breath. Release the bind. Come back to tabletop. Breath in. Open your mouth, lion's breath. Now come into tabletop on your left. Your left arm goes out in front of you. Right leg's going to go behind you. Breathe into your core. Reach around. Grab a bind if it's in your practice. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Release the bind. Come back to center. Cool. Hey, Stacy. Breath in. Breath out. Now, curl your toes and inhale just a few inches off your mat. Bear pose. Breath in. Breath out. Now slowly come up to down dog. Yes, and this is the first down dog of the practice. So paddle your feet. Wag your tail. Take movement that feels good. Breath in. Breath out. Let's do that again. Breath in. Open your mouth, let it go. Again, big breath in. Breath out. When you're empty, walk or jump to the top of the mat. Probably walking's good. Inhale, halfway lift. So your back is flat, just like a table. And then exhale, fold. Make it a deep exhale so you can fold deep. Inhale your arms up. Maybe a slight back bend if it's in your practice. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up. And bring your hands behind you and interlace your fingers. And do a forward fold this way. Oh yeah, give your shoulders some love. Now if that doesn't feel good, that's okay. You go back to the other forward fold. Just giving our shoulders some love. Now release your hands down to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Long exhale. Inhale, reach your arms up. Nice and slow, deep inhale, long exhale all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Nice and slow. Big inhale. And then exhale all the way down. Now, split your feet apart about hip width distance and come into ragdoll. I like to bend my knees, really exhale my belly in and up, and then I grab my elbows, let my head hang, sway side to side. And just breathe. Think about a string on the top of your head, pulling your head down toward the mat. You can actually rest your belly on your thighs. And just breathe. Couple more breaths here. Yummy inhales. Long exhales. Hands to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up again. Exhale, fold. Place your hands on the mat and walk back to down dog. Breath in. Breath out. Again, big inhale. Long exhale. Now come into high plank. Come up on your tippy toes and lower yourself. Oh, all the way down. However you get there. Bring your arms, your hands back to the bottom of your rib cage. So your thumb should be at the bottom of your rib cage. Your elbows, squeeze them together. Tops of the feet flat on the mat. Bring your forehead to the mat. And let's take a collective breath. Inhale through your nose. And let it go. And now let's do 3 baby cobras. Ready? Inhale up. Try not to use your hands. Exhale. Inhale, baby cobra. And exhale. Again, one more time. Inhale, baby cobra. Hold here. Breathe. And now bring your arms out in front of you, your forearms at an angle, and come into Sphinx pose. And just breathe. I like my feet, my hands, my fingers to be wide. I kind of ground into my mat. Push back just a little bit. Couple more breaths here. One more breath in Sphinx. And now come down to the mat. Place one hand on top of the other. Bring your forehead on top of your hands. Bend your knees and windshield wiper your knees back and forth. Back and forth. Not too fast. You can do it slow. Remember, LSD stands for long, slow, deep. Now bring the tops of your feet flat on the mat and bring your arms out to a T. You can have your left cheek or your right cheek on the mat. Again, yogi's choice. And now roll to your right side body. So this might look, let me go here to the other end so y'all can see me. So you're going to roll to your right side body. And this is a really cool pose because there's so many different variations. You can reach around and grab a bind. But if you do, I like to put a block underneath my head. That keeps my body in alignment. You can put one foot on the floor or both. Just breathe. And take what you need out of this pose. Utilize your breath. Breath and movement in a meditative state. This is a shoulder opener. Got a little bit of hip opener here. And just breathe. Couple more breaths here. Now release the bind or wherever you are and slowly roll back to your belly. Put your forehead on your hands. Bend your knees. And just slowly windshield wiper your knees back and forth. Back and forth. Release that lower spine. Tops of the feet flat on the mat again. I'm going to come back this way. And again, bring your arms to a T and roll to your left side body. Keeping in mind that both sides of your body are a little bit different. And embrace that with some curiosity instead of shame, like, oh, well, my left side does better than my right. Who cares? Just embrace it with curiosity. And breathe. Again, if this feels better, bring one foot flat on the floor. Just breathe. One more breath on this side. And now come back to center. Roll slowly back to center. And maybe bring your arms down to your side and let them droop. Just let your shoulders droop. And again, windshield wiper your knees back and forth. And now, replace your hands on the mat and push back to child's pose. Make it a wide leg child's pose again. Sink deep. Breath in. Breath out. Now inhale your right arm up. I like to come up a little bit. Inhale my right arm up and then thread it through under my left armpit. And again, I'll do it on this side. Try to push back on your exhales more towards your heels. Sometimes I like to take my left arm and just do a half bind. palm up, palm down. Again, just stay connected to your breath. Anytime in the practice you get lost, always come back to the breath. Which I think is kind of a metaphor for life. I think it's a pretty good one. You know, when you get lost, just come back to the breath. We're going to hold this here for a few more breaths. It feels really good to me. I'm hoping that you're getting the same feeling. One more round of breath here. Wherever you are, come back to child's pose. Stretch your arms out in front of you. Breath in. Breath out. Now we'll turn back the other way. So let's inhale our left arm up and thread it through underneath our right. And again, keeping in mind each side of your body is a little different. This is a great shoulder stretch. We got a little bit of hip stretching here, hip opening. Oh, yeah. And breathe. Couple more breaths here. One more round of breath. And now slowly come back to child's pose. Breath in, breath out. Curl your toes and inhale up to down dog. And paddle your feet anytime that feels good. Any movement in a pose that feels good. Remember, it's yoga practice, not yoga perfect. So if I'm calling something that doesn't resonate in your body, then you go where you need to go in the pose. Breath in, breath out. Come into high plank. And come up on your tiptoes just a little bit. And then jump into Malasana squat. So I'm going to come around here. If you don't want to jump into Malasana squat, you can come up and come into Malasana squat this way. Just however you get there. And once you're here, if you need a block, this is too much, you're welcome to use a block. What's important, try to take your elbows and push your knees out a little bit wider. And then just breathe. And while you're here at this moment, breathing in and breathing out, find at least one thing to be grateful for right here at this moment. And then when you're ready, just come down to your booty any way you can. I'm going to go back this way so you can see. And when you come down, be prepared for a seated forward fold. So we're going to stretch our legs out in front of us long. Find your sit bones. Inhale your arms up. I like to hinge at my hips and lead with my chest. Bend your knees. Notice I have a slight bend in my knees. Don't lock your knees out. Fold on your exhale. And then grab your toes if that feels good. For some people, they grab a block. I'm not quite there yet, but that's all right. Just breathe into the fold. Engage your abdominal muscles. Exhale your belly button in and up towards your rib cage. Two more breaths here. Now, come on up slowly out of the pose. And if you don't have a strap at home, just grab a scarf, a towel, a tie, whatever you need, but try to have something there that resembles a strap. And then inhale your arms up. Bring them out in front of you. And then slowly roll down one vertebrae at a time. And bring your arms up over your head. Let me get back over here. Bring your arms up over your head. Point your toes. Take a big inhale and stretch like it's that first morning stretch. And now bring both knees into your chest. Maybe rock back and forth, side to side. Just kind of release that lower spine. Snuggle your shoulders down into the mat. Now replace your left leg flat on the mat and take your strap. You could even take your hand if you don't want to use a strap. Again, it's yogi's choice. But loop it over the bottom of your left foot. And then take the strap, your right foot, up over your head. Or you can do a head hammock. I don't know if I can do a head hammock with this strap. We'll see. But just breathe. Breathe into that stretch. I love this stretch because I feel it from my glutes all the way down my leg to my hamstrings. And I don't know about you guys, but my body's pretty tense and tight lately. So this stretching feels really, really good. One more breath here. Whew. Release the strap. And then take it in the strap into your right arm and take your right leg to the right. You're welcome to use a block here. So your leg's up in the air, take it over to the right. It's not always about getting your foot to the floor as it is that inner rotation. Try to keep your left hip flat on the mat. And then look over your opposite shoulder. Look to the left. And breathe. Try to utilize your leg muscles. The strap is just for a guide. And we'll be here for about 3 or 4 breaths on this side. Open up those hips. We carry a lot of stress in our hips. So if your hips are feeling tight, I think that's probably normal. I think whatever you're feeling right now is probably pretty normal. Because we're all feeling it. You're not alone. Two more breaths on this side. And now slowly inhale your right leg back to center. Take the strap into your left hand and then take your twist. If you have to readjust, I like to make sure my hips are kind of stacked on top of each other. Look over my opposite shoulder and then really breathe into that twist. It's a little hard to breathe in a twist, so concentrate more on your exhales. Longer exhales and you'll twist a lot deeper. Three breaths on this side. One more breath on this side. And now slowly inhale your right leg back to center. And release your strap. And bring your right knee into your chest. And really squeeze it down, snuggle down, shoulders into the mat. And then do some ankle rolls. Roll to the left. Roll to the right. Fan your toes or pop your toes. Make sure you go both ways. And then replace your right leg flat on the mat. And let's take a clearing breath here. Breath in. Open your mouth side out. And then take your strap and loop it over the bottom of your left foot. And then take your stretch where you need it to go. This is another option. And just breathe. Try to keep your right leg flat on the mat. And just breathe. One more breath here. Then from wherever you are, take your left hand, take your strap in your left hand, and take your left leg to the left. Looking over your opposite shoulder, using your leg muscles and the breath. The strap is a guide. And breathe. Breathe in all that good stuff. And exhale all the bad stuff. Last breath on this side. And now inhale your left leg back to center. Change hands, take the strap into your right hand, and then take your twist. And again, readjust if you need to. And look over your opposite shoulder. Thank you, Lily. One more round of breath on this side. Now inhale your left leg back to center. Bring your left knee into your chest. Squeeze it down. Snuggle down in your mat. Do some ankle rolls. Roll to the left. Roll to the right. And now bring both knees into your chest. Squeeze them down, hug them down, and then begin to rock and roll the length of your mat. And rock and roll a couple times, and then come up to down dog, however you get there. Breath in, breath out. Inhale your right leg up high in the sky toward the ceiling, and then bring it through for half pigeon. Now, I like to find a fairly comfortable spot in half pigeon, and then I will take my left leg and just kind of ooch back a little bit. For me, it's easier to roll this part back than it is to try to pull this part up, if that makes any sense. Utilize a block if that's in your wheelhouse, and you can always do deer pose. So I'm giving y'all some options. But once you find your spot in half pigeon, then let's take a big inhale and then exhale, fold. This is an intense hip opening pose. If you're feeling some tension, some stress, just send some breath to that spot. Now, if you're feeling pain, please come out of any pose. There's a difference between discomfort and pain. But utilize your breath so that you can find your edge. Two more breaths in half pigeon on this side. Slowly come up out of half pigeon. Bring your left leg around cow face pose. I like to kind of wiggle my sit bones down so both my hips get the stretch. Now, if you're here and you want to fold, you're welcome to fold. I like to grab both my feet so I can get a deeper stretch. Again, it's just yogi's choice. But stay connected with your breath. One more breath here. And then slowly unravel and come up to down dog. Breath in, breath out. Inhale your left leg up, bring it through, half pigeon on your left. You can always use a block under your hip. That helps keep you in alignment. Find your spot. Take an inhale. Exhale, fold. We're going to be here for about 3 more breaths on this side. One more breath. And exhale. Slowly come up out of half pigeon and bring your right leg around for cow face. And again, find your sit bones. If you want to fold, then take an inhale. You're welcome to fold forward. Take this pose where you need it to go. One more breath here. Slowly unravel. Bring your knees into your chest and roll back all the way down. Give yourself a hug. And then come into reclined butterfly. Supta Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet together to touch. Knees wide. Place one hand on your belly and one hand on your chest. And really connect here with your breath. Feel the rise and fall of your belly as you inhale and exhale. Feel the rise and fall of your chest as you inhale and exhale. And just be present right here, right now, in this moment. Slowly bring your knees together to touch. Bring them into your chest. Rock back and forth, side to side. And then we're going to set up for bridge pose. And again, utilizing props, you can do regular bridge or supported bridge. So, soles of the feet flat on the mat. Bring them back towards your booty as much as you can. I like to tuck my arms kind of up underneath my torso. So, let's take a cleansing breath here. Big inhale. Open your mouth. Let it go. And now, inhale up to bridge. Now, if you want to use your block, this is supported bridge. Make sure it's right on your sacrum, not on your spine. If you feel comfortable here, maybe come up off the block a little bit. But wherever you are, let's take 2 more breaths here. And then slowly come down. Take your feet mat width distance apart and windshield wiper your knees back and forth, back and forth. And now take your block or a bolster or a pillow, whatever you've got, and put it underneath your sacrum. And you might have to adjust a couple times. And then bring your feet up in the air. Waterfall pose. Now, if there's an inversion that you need to do other than waterfall, it's yogi's choice. You might want to do plow. You might want to do headstand, clown. Oh, okay. Thanks, Lily. So Lily's been helping me keep track of time because I have no idea what time it is. And she says I've got 3 more minutes. So this class might run a little long if y'all want to stick around. One more breath in. One more breath out. And then take the block or pillow or whatever out from underneath you. Come into happy baby. Rock back and forth. And then bring your knees into your chest and twist to the right. Look over your left shoulder. Now bring your knees back into your chest and twist to the left. Look over your right shoulder. Or your opposite shoulder. I'm used to saying the mandala wall. The dry erase board. I miss you guys. And then come back to center. Shavasana. Hands at your side, palms up, open to receiving. Your feet fall out. They kind of splay out. And you come back to a normal breath. Shavasana is very important, even though it seems like a sleeping pose, because at this point of your practice, you let go of anything that does not serve you in this moment. So basically, it's death to anything that does not serve you. Now I want to read something while you're in Shavasana from True Refuge by Tara Brach. I discovered her through Angie Leak, as a matter of fact, in one of her workshops, and I absolutely love Tara Brach. And this is from True Refuge. Here in this body are the sacred rivers. Here are the sun and moon, as well as all the pilgrimage places. I have not encountered another temple as blissful as my own body. So remember that as you go throughout your day and your week, maybe just your evening, Always be kind and gentle with your language when you're speaking to yourself, when you're thinking about yourself. Now slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Bring slight movement back into your body. Stretch your arms up over your head, point your toes, and take a big inhale. Like that first morning stretch. Big inhale. And then roll to your right side body. Bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a hug. Thank your body for taking you through this practice. And now come up to a comfortable seated position. Eyes closed. Inhale your arms up. Hands to heart center. Let's take a cleansing breath here. Inhale. Open your mouth, let it go. The light in me sees and honors the light in every beautiful one of you. Thank you for joining me tonight. Namaste, yogis.